Welcome back. Well, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on families in all different ways, and for some, it's preventing them from growing their family. The heartbreaking delay in plans many families are still coping with right now. It's one of life's miracles. But for some people, bringing life into this world doesn't come easy.
My husband and I always knew that this was going to be our only option.
Simsbury's Samantha Christensen and her husband knew the only chance they had to grow their family would be in vitro fertilization.
I think you go through this phase of there's a certain magic that's going to be taken away from you.
But earlier this year, they were ready to give it a shot. Then COVID happened.
I think we drove home in silence just to kind of let it all soak in.
They were one of 275 families in just this one fertility center to have their plans put on hold at the height of the pandemic, with no clear answer when they could get started again. Many times families struggle to walk through the doors of a fertility center to begin with. Oftentimes it means they've been through some sort of personal struggle. So by the time they finally get here, they have some hope. Maybe their luck will finally start to turn around.
Once you get there, to be told, okay, wait, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Some self-doubt can really creep back in.
That's important time.
Crone is a psychologist at the Center for Advanced Reproductive Services in Farmington, where there's a wall of hope that keeps struggling families optimistic their time is coming.
We didn't have really good information for them about when we were going to be able to start up again, and how long their wait would have to be was heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking for everyone, but a physical and emotional challenge for the women who had already begun the process, taking hormones, tracking cycles, and undergoing a series of precisely timed tests.
Some of that testing expires after a certain point. The patients I was talking to, were really struggling with some of that, and we worked on how to cope with it, how to get through it.
An emotional roller coaster that finally saw some relief. Operations resumed at 50% capacity this summer and have gone up since then. Many families have started back up, while Crone says others have been hesitant in case the pandemic spikes again.
Patients wonder whether or not it makes sense to even get started again.
Christensen, however, opted to try her luck at the center as soon as she could, and you could say it was meant to be.
So I am pregnant.
It worked, and she's on her way now to becoming a mom in the spring.
It couldn't have gone any better.
Do you hear that? It's the heartbeat of her son or daughter. Even she doesn't know which, but it's the surprise ending even a pandemic can't take away from her.
I think this is the one thing that I can control about it, right? And I can have that joyful moment of I have no idea, or this is a total surprise for us. So I think we're gonna hold tight and wait it out.
Now that is one very happy ending, but there are couples still struggling right now. The good news is, Crone says research shows stopping an IVF cycle in the middle of it and then starting over like this typically doesn't play a major role in whether someone can ultimately conceive.
Connecticut